Hi, third grade. For today's lesson, we are going to be comparing data that we are given from two different surveys. So we're going to start on page 240. Make sure you're looking at that page in your book. And we're going to work through the sample at the top first. So in these two different bar graphs, we see the data collected in a survey from Leo and Jan. They each surveyed an equal number of students in different classes, asking how they come to school. And after recording the data, Leo and Jan displayed their results in these bar graphs. Okay, since all the students answered the same question, you can compare the sets of data. So how many more students come by bus in Leo's survey? So we'll look here as compared to Jan's. So we're going to look at the bus in Leo's and we're going to look at the bus in Jan's survey results. So we're going to find that bar in each graph that shows how many students come by bus. So in Leo's survey, we go across, we see 10 students come by bus to school, and in Jan's survey, 8 students. So we're going to compare these two numbers, and we're going to have 10 minus 8 equals 2. So 2 more students come by bus in Leo's survey than in Jan's survey. So let's look at a few more questions here at the bottom. Which way of coming to school did most students use in Leo's survey? So all we have to do is compare the bars in Leo's survey. Well, the highest bar is bus, so that would tell us that coming by bus, most of the students chose in Leo's survey. But Jan's survey was different. If we look at the 3 bars, car was the way that more or the most students chose in her survey as the way of coming to school. So in that question, we just have to look for the highest bar in the graph for each one. For question number 2, it says how many fewer students come by car in Leo's survey than in Jan's survey. So we're going to look in Leo's survey and we're going to see that by car, it's not 6, it's between 6 and 8, so it would be 7. But in Jan's survey, it is between 10 and 12, which would be 11. So we want to find the difference between those two numbers. So we would subtract 11 for Jan's minus 7 for Leo's, and we would get 4. So 4 fewer students come by car in Leo's survey than in Jan's survey. For question number 3, how many students were surveyed in each class? Well, for this, all we need to do is add up the total number of the 3 bars. So if we add up 7 plus 10 plus 4, we would get 21 students in Leo's class of surveys, or the number of students in his survey. If we were to add up the bars in Jan's, we would have 11 plus 8 plus 2, which would give us 23 students for Jan's survey. And finally, question 4, whose survey showed the greater number of students walking to school? All we have to do is look at the 2 bars for walking. In Leo's, we had 4. And in Jan's, we had 2. So Leo's survey showed the greater number of students walking to school. I will continue in the next video working through page 241.